Good morning, everybody. It's Theresa. I haven't made one of these YouTube videos for a little while now, and I'm actually a little bit short on time today, and this is a quicker way to share my thoughts than writing. It's a little after 6:30 in the morning. I'm getting ready to leave for work. It's currently 3 below zero in northern Michigan, but I'm very optimistic that spring is on the way. I took a vacation day yesterday, as many of you know, to do two different speaking engagements. I did 3 of them in 2 days this week, and what a joy. It takes a lot out of me, but what a joy and what a privilege it is to share my story with people from all walks of life. Yesterday, before the first meeting, it was in Gladwin for the TOPS group. The meeting was held in a church in Gladwin, and so I went in and was greeted by some people, and I had a few minutes, and so I decided I was going to go to the church and sit in the sanctuary. Now, I'm Catholic, and it doesn't matter to me at all what name is on the door. A church is a church, and God is God, and however you define him, whatever you call him, none of that is of any significance to me. And so I took a few minutes. And so if you're offended by faith or my faith, you may want to just click this off, because I'm going to share something about the church and my thoughts. While I was sitting there, just praying a little bit, asking God to open my lips so that the words would come out that would bring healing and hope and inspiration to someone, I happened to look up, and there, hanging on the wall, was a very large banner. And the words on the banner said, "I am the bread of life." Now, many of you know that I spent 18 or more years, 18 years in paid ministry, and another 10 besides that doing volunteer work. And I have prepared probably somewhere in the range of 2,000 plus students for First Communion over the years. That was my job, to prepare them. I directed a children's choir where we sang, "I am the bread of life, I'll raise you up on the last day." We sing it at funerals, we sing it at church, we sing it, multiple times. I've said that phrase to students for First Communion, for retreats, multiple times over the years. I am the bread of life. But until yesterday, it just took on a whole new meaning yesterday as I'm sitting there and I looked up. And of course, God is the bread of life. We use that when we speak of communion and the Eucharist. But it meant something completely different to me yesterday. I looked up. I am the bread of life. And I began to think about those years where I was so hung up in emotional eating. Those 10 years from 2003 until 2011, 2000 actually. Those years after I lost my job and my grandpa and my priest friend and my second job, and was diagnosed with RA and going to school, and those horrific years of struggle, of loss, of pain. When I filled the emptiness, I filled the void, I filled the loneliness, the grief, the depression, the hurt with food, with soda, with potato chips and M&Ms. And I isolated myself, probably purposely, from the world to insulate myself from pain and hurt. And I filled that emptiness inside with food. And that, of course, led to a 150-pound weight gain. It led me to be 428 pounds, to lose my ability to walk and function, to nearly lose my life and my desire to live. So when I lost my job the first time, that one in ministry from Rockwood, it devastated me. I put on a big happy face. I took another job. I pretended like everything was okay, that life was good, but I was hurting inside. And I lost faith in the institutional church. I never lost faith in God because God's strength and he gave me the courage to deal with the loss and to take care of Grandpa and Father Sauter and to deal with it. But there was still this emptiness inside, and that's what I filled with food. And so many of us who suffer from addictive behaviors, whether it's alcohol or drugs or gambling or shopping or food, whatever it is, we try to fill areas in our life that are lacking with substances, with food, with drink, with smoking, with whatever our stumbling block is. And so I thought about that, and I thought about how, a pizza or fast food or French fries would make me feel better temporarily with no concept of what it was doing to my health or my body or my spirit. Actually, no care or concern of what it was doing to me. It just was meeting an immediate need. And so as I looked up at that yesterday, I I just got this new sense of I I am the bread of life. Whatever you call God, whatever your higher power is or may be, whatever it is out there is what you need to fill those empty spots. Not a bottle of booze, not a pack of cigarettes, not charging up the charge card at Macy's, not cookies or chips or a bag of Doritos or whatever it is, your drug of choice. Your relationship with God, your relationship with others is what's going to sustain you, give you strength in this journey, give you true peace and true joy, and transform yourself. And so, I've mentioned before, the key to changing your life is changing the way you think. The way you think about life, the way you think about food, the way you think about others. I encourage you the next time you are really tempted. I've been tempted so much this past couple of months. This weather's driving me crazy. My pants are tight today. I'm not eating anything that's really high in calories or off plan. I haven't indulged in a cookie or a chip or anything like that. But I know it's time to get back on track. And I know that I'm bored and when I'm tired and when I'm stressed and when I'm sick, the temptation is overwhelming to eat something. Even in my case, if it's a protein bar or an entire quart of strawberries or something that's healthy in moderation. So I encourage you the next time you sit down and you're mindlessly eating when you know that you're not hungry, to think about those words. I am the bread of life. God is what will nourish you. God is what can and will fill the loneliness, fill the pain, give you the strength, give you the energy, give you the willpower, give you everything that you need to fight this battle and to change your life. And so now, the next time I hear that, I'm not going to immediately think about Eucharist. I'm going to think about this journey and I'm going to think about the hole in my stomach that I've tried for years to fill with food that belongs only to God. I encourage you, have a really good day. Don't give up. Be conscious of what you eat, when you eat, and how you're feeling when you do it. And admit to yourself right now that you can't do this battle on your own. You need help. You need strength from God. And He can and He will bring about change in your mind, in your heart, in your life. He will transform you, or she, if you so prefer. Have a great day. Stay on track. And don't you give up. Your miracle is happening in front of you. Don't give up. You can do it, I promise.